you know.
What's happening? It's King Crooked. I dedicate this to all the rappers out there that's better than the rappers that's on right now. I know it's hard. Hold up. Yeah, they got hard to breathe without you. Don't take my oxygen, no, just can't be without you. When I'm calling people, I'm on my way. Hard to breathe without you. Yeah, right now I can't feel my face. Don't wanna be without you. I do this stuff to numb my pain. I know you wanna make it to the tip top, but it's difficult to get it in hip hop. So you side hustle, bag it in a ziplock, cause you're too lyrical to go viral on TikTok. Under the radar, every time you drop, cause they listening to kids bop, and you like, oh, no, dog. Y'all really think that shit hot? How many spitters the top 10 got pin drop? Yeah, silence of the lamb is too many sheep. While you reaching for your dreams, it's too many sleep. But you in it deep, so you gotta keep going through the pain and the failure. You gotta keep growing. Let me tell you what this is about. This rap biz is a math quiz. Figure it out. Bigger the problem you solve, the bigger your house. Bigger the checks, the six-figure amounts hit your accounts. If music is your real occupation, this ain't a rap, homie. This is a consultation, a business conversation about your operation. I see the spot you're chasing like Rock Nation. What if you never meet Jay? You never meet them. What if you never meet Dre? What if you never meet them? You better be ready and never overweight to take chances. Then your chances can never be slim. I'm gonna make it. Don't take my oxygen, no, just can't be without you. When I'm calling people, I'm on my way. I can breathe without you. Yeah, right now I can't feel my face. Don't wanna be without you. I do this stuff to numb my pain.
Every night having dreams, close enough to hear, but not touch it seems. Have you ever had something you wish you can clasp? Seems real, but just out of your grasp. Something that can make you cry if you couldn't laugh. Things, visions you want to grab. Mind, heart so infected, afraid to pull back the scab. At times, I wish I could change hearts and minds. A year older, growing colder. Never pin your hopes to a dark sky. Or visions that could die.
Getting kinda hard to breathe without you. Don't take my oxygen, no, just can't be without you. When I'm calling people, I'm on my way. I can breathe without you. Yeah, right now I can't feel my face. Don't wanna be without you. I do this stuff to numb my pain.
Married to the game, 2 wives on the list. Wife is a, I'm not with her by choice. Poverty's a, I'm trying to put a divorce. It's like a man, so I'm going through a source. Trying to catch a vibe with double XL dreams. Catch one of messages that says about material possessions. I raise results by lyrical aggression.
Getting kinda hard to breathe without you. Don't take my oxygen, no, just can't be without you. When I'm calling people, I'm on my way. I can breathe without you. Yeah, right now I can't feel my face. Don't wanna be without you. I
Already on that hook.
my pain.
He already on that hook. In a few minutes, y'all, we got Mr. Jay coming, our featured guest today. That was great. That track was awesome. What you think, Fred?
It's a dope track. I like
it.
And it's a catchy hook.
That's right. Welcome to the Comfort Level Podcast, y'all. It's me, Jen Schmanny.
Frank on legit.
And we're here at Indy Hall.
Yeah, Indy Hall, y'all.
Second and Fairmount, 709 2nd Street. Come on down. Whatever, this is where we're at.
That's our disclosed location.
Disclosed location. No, it's all right. We just fucking do it here. That's what we do. Shout out to everybody that's out there in the podcast land, Instagram land. Honey Rock, what's going on over there? Yeah, so we've been mobile. We're coming today with a guest online. He's a music producer from NCCCEO Records. And he's going to come on and talk to us about his grind. All right. So, and we've been trying to incorporate some new things, such as like bringing y'all some news headlines, maybe some jokes or what have you, just to make the podcast more interesting. So, Fred, what you got? What you got? What you got?
I got a whole lot of everything and a little bit of nothing.
You got a whole lot.
It's a lot of things I want to talk about, but we're gonna pace it. We're gonna keep y'all tuned in to the good material. We got a gentleman coming on tonight. He's got a journey. He's trying to send a message, and he got a real hot song. And we just gonna keep giving it to y'all.
Yeah.
Trying to give y'all some real mix.
Yeah. So that, I mean, well, y'all know that I started in music, and music is always going to be my first love, you know, before this podcasting, before anything. You know, I manage a music artist, and, you know, I'm always in the music networking realm. I'm always there. So, you know, I'm definitely giving music artists a chance to put their voices on podcasts and spread their music. Our platform spreads wide. I can't really give you the number statistics right now, but we're on all social media platforms. We're everywhere you get your podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, anywhere that you listen to, iHeart. We're there. So, you know, we're trying to spread this thing, and we trying to spread you guys' voices, and, you know, just bring
Which is
awareness.
ironic, I'll say, because when you started getting more into the music, when we first met. I was getting out of the industry, being a father, because I couldn't see being a father and being an artist at the same time.
But you can never really get out.
No, you can never really get out.
Why is that? Why can you never can really get out of the
Well,
music?
music is a serious thing. Once you have a love for music and it's in you, you can't get it out. It don't come out.
Is it because of music it being the universal language?
Music is the universal everything.
It's a key point to your soul.
It moves the spirit, the soul, the mind, the body. It does everything. Music is so powerful. People really sleep on the impact of music. It's not nothing to be played with.
It's not nothing to be played with. Music impacts us all in different ways, and it's like, you know, some of us even go to extremities that are horrific.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you
Music
can
can make you do
identify,
something.
relate,
You know, it's
really
not just
music.
like hearing your favorite tune and getting up and dancing and singing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Some of these people are going out killing and things like that. So
Goodness gracious.
the point of the message is,
I was just trying to scratch the surface.
but the point of the message is watch what you say.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And watch what you listen to.
And watch what you ask for.
Mhm.
That's right. So, and you gotta guide your kids. Also, you gotta listen to what they're listening to, because they can listen to songs for months that says derogatory things, and it's not cute to have your little 3-year-old daughter running around, you know, singing these Cardi B songs.
Yeah, so
And Megan Thee Stallion songs.
whatever the guidance is
Yes,
listening,
I
only
named
impression the
named
kids are
two
very
artists. I named 2 artists. So Arsenius Jenkins says, music is the key to life. When you breathe it, you can let it go. When you breathe it, you can't let it go. It literally becomes a part of your DNA. Exactly. That's
Yes,
what I'm saying.
does.
You know what I mean?
It's funny, you can't tell people that. You can't tell people when they're listening to
But if you're
content.
if you're a lover of music, you know what I mean?
Definitely that. I remember going through a stage in my life where I didn't let my child listen to certain, not my music, not industry music. You know, so it does something to you, especially kids. You can't be in your car, diddy bopping the pound 99, you got your kid in the back, and you wonder why they're getting bad grades. You know, that makes a big difference. And boy, oh boy, the music I love, I could never play for my kids. So that's a big thing too. Always be have some discretion. The music you playing for the little ones because they can't decipher.
So let me see if I can get this. I mean, I can set this. All right, so yeah. Well, I'm about to send out the email for our guest,
Nice.
so he can get into this discussion.
Nice. Done.
Done. So we just sent out the email with our guests to come in. How we do it is our email link and our connection link is not created until the show is live. So all our guests, they come into a live show. What we do is they'll pop into our green room,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll test the sound or whatever and everything. Then we'll bring them up.
Then we start just improv.
And then we start improv.
Yeah, we're the improv.
Well,
We're the improv podcast. That's what we are. The improv.
we're not necessarily the improv podcast. We're just that's how it works.
We'll give it to you raw and uncut.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to you raw and uncut. No cut.
Raw and uncut. That's the way it is. So he said he was waiting. He's ready.
All right.
Well, that was the last tune.
He's a waiting. Come on, bro. Let's get it.
No, I was looking for some more information on, but I do have it on Instagram. Like, he sent me a big picture, but no bio. But because he sent me links and I lost them.
How y'all feel about this weather?
Here we go.
It's cold. It's nice. You can't play with
So
this
you
weather.
can find, I'm sorry.
I try to play with it. I got my nose all sniffling because I like to zip my coat. It's fucking crazy, man. You gotta wear an extra shirt.
All right, so he sent me his music, but he didn't send me a bio on it. What I know about Mista Jay is he's a part of NCCCEO Records, which is a record label. You can find him on Twitter. James Jam right to say NCC Records. So we're waiting for him to come in. He has 2 songs. The one is called Breathe 2, and the other one's on fire. Breathe 2, we played at the beginning of the show because it just seemed like it went with our opening theme. I usually do some stuff like that. Right?
It went smooth.
Yeah. So it's not too bad.
I can dig it.
I can dig it. So, guys, another thing, I'm going to put out a notification because we're going to bring up a panel. We're taking idea topics. It's not connected. It's coming. Connect your device. He doesn't have his mic and all that stuff connected. There he is. Okay, you have your camera and your mic connected, Mr. J? Hello, can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right, we can hear you
Yo,
well.
bro.
Welcome to the Comfort Level Podcast.
See you down there.
This
What's up, brother?
I'm
What's going on?
Andy, as you know, and this is my co-host Fred going legit.
Going legit.
Going legit. All right.
Good.
Happy, brother.
We came in, Mr. J, and we played your track. We played the, is it Breathe 2?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that track, because we was very impressed. We usually usually when we have a theme of the show, we like to open up with a song that's going to put us in the mood for the theme, and that song really put us in the mood.
Well, I had an original song called "Breathe" with the group I was in called the Empire. This is kind of the sequel of that song. I'm just
Okay.
talking about life, just talking about my thoughts in the game and various different things.
Oh, well, you got to send me the first one. You got to send me the follow up. I need the whole story.
That was a
Wow.
dope track, bro. And the hook, it's all about
Appreciate
You
it.
were on the hook
And
already.
here's the thing: when you make a song, when you put together a song product or a song concept, the hook is the main thing. Is important. The hook was crazy. By the time the third one, I was singing it, so that was good.
So we say that as novices, you know what I mean? Because, well, I don't make music. I do manage an artist. He makes the music, but you know, I don't do that. Fred has made some tracks.
Yeah,
Or
so
written.
I used to be in the music. That's still right, but I don't record. I haven't found the time or opportunity to record. But yeah, I love music. Always did. I splice. I sit and I process concepts. And this one, bro, you did it. You sit there and listen to you sit there. A real music guy is going to sit there and critique a song like, okay. And be like,
No, we just want to
alright.
hear good stuff and what we like to hear. That's it. That other than that, I never do like music reviews or anything like that because I'm not authority on it. But I know music. I know when it's good and I know when it's bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but tell the people. Let's tell the people a little more about you, where you're from, and just how long you've been in the music industry.
Well, straight out of the 2-6, it's Fayetteville, North Carolina. Um, I've been doing music since, well, basically '94. That's my first foray into the studio.
Mm.
Um,
Nice.
this is my third project overall. I have a group album. Like I said, I was with a group called, still am with a group called the Empire.
Yeah.
And I was with a group called, that was the original name of the group is called the Omega Clan. That's how we started out in '94. Um, just the evolution of the group started out with me just going in the studio, wanting to do something for I had done a couple talent shows and stuff like that. And then I wanted to do some original material, and I started going in the studio, and then I started bringing some cats along with me to evolve into this group and do some collaborations, and that's what spawned the group. Went from 4 to 32 at one point, and it's back down to 4 through a whole lot of different iterations and a lot of different things because of different managers and different people we have been involved
Right.
with over the years.
So it's
So,
just a
you, so, so,
business.
you, so your basic genre is it? What is your basic genre of music?
It's hip hop, you know what I mean? Like basically lyrical hip hop and being
Mhm.
able to you know just
Say
really
something.
really being able to say something, really being able to you know put things together that people can feel, not just something that's poppy and empty.
Well, isn't that what hip hop was designed to be?
Yeah, I mean that's you know Chucky said it was supposed to be the CNN of the hood. So
And then it was modified.
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. Hey. Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
But it's all good.
Today, there's a lot of artists that make music and they attribute it to the genre of hip hop, but some of us feel like This ain't hip hop, old boy.
It's rap.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, and then
Not
they
necessarily
they
hip hop.
they've made different genres. Like we never had gangster rap and drill and all this stuff. You know what I mean?
A lot of people have to know the difference. You know what I mean?
However, I can say NWA didn't pave the way
Mhm.
because boy, oh boy, NWA. I remember I was a kid and NWA was catchy too.
Well, see, they were saying things that other people weren't saying. You know what I mean? So, Mr. J, tell us a little bit about your writing and your production process. All right, I'm gonna get you started by saying, okay,
Well, what I
you're in
do,
collaboration with a few people, and they say, okay, Jay. I don't know if they call you Jay, but I would. Jay, if that's okay. Jay, we need a project. We got to put something out. What we going to do?
well, usually it starts out with me just, hearing certain songs. If I hear a song that I like or something that's saying something, I may figure out a way to say it in my own way. You know what I mean? Something I think that was left out of the song or left out of what was going on.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
and collaborating with people, especially on different albums, like being in a group, it's coming up with theme. You know what I mean? Like our last album was called The Dark Age, and that was the overall theme of the album. You know what I mean? How we felt about the game at the time, like it was going through, a dark stage. We weren't, elevating, and we weren't doing a lot of things that were shining a lot of light on different subjects. So, starting with that theme,
I like
each
that.
each and every song had to fall under that theme. A different piece, a different view, a different thought about the game. And, we had songs on there like Worst Critic and Spit Your Life Away and, Message to Hip Hop. So, it's those things that we had, that kind of fell under that general theme that we were able to kind of push out. And sometimes, it's back and forth. You get frustrated because you're dealing with different personalities, and somebody might say, I want to go in this direction with this song, or I, I'm thinking about this as opposed to that on this song. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of give and take.
Mm. So I guess mostly it's the personalities too. The people that you work with, you probably have to get along pretty good. You know what I mean? The mix. But the question I was going to ask you left right out of my mind because I'm.
Well, let me ask you. Let me fill in some blanks. So, bro, the creative process of making a song concept, do you? Because what I usually do is, if I got something I'm dealing with, I'll put together a hook and make up a song on my own. Probably will never record it, but I do it 1,000 times in a week. But tell me about your creative process, because as always, a topic or something I'm thinking of or something that's going on in society, and I'll turn it into a hook and I'll write a verse or two, and that'll be a rap. So how does your process go?
My process is always, I'm always constantly writing. I'm always thinking of um, different themes, different subject matter. You know what I'm saying? And hooks, depending on what's going on, it may come to me easily. You know what I mean? Especially if it's something simple, not a, big, long, you're not trying to do a 12-bar hook. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Do
He said
4-6. You know what I mean?
a 12-bar hook.
You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
man,
You're trying to do a 4
4
to
8.
6,
I said
Because
4 8.
4-8, 4-8-6. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to do that.
4 8 6
You're
exactly.
not trying to do everything crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know music, bro. Proud of you, man.
But
Keep it going.
that's it's just it's something that it's very very easy for me because I'm always trying to think of different things, different concepts, or different stuff. Or if I'm listening to a song like I said, if I'm listening to a song, I may come up with something that they didn't think of or something that falls along that line. But I'm like, okay, well, they said it this way. I'm gonna say it this way. You know what I'm saying? It's it's always something that could have been added, like it could have been on that song. But you know what? I'm going to expand from one idea that they had in the song, and I'm going to make it my own song, and
The
have it a whole different.
spin-off, the spin-off
And
concept is
sometimes it's
genius, bro. Genius.
and sometimes it's about the beat, whatever the beats. If I have a certain producer that I'm working with, and they've already got a hook in there, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to come up with the hook. I'm just free to come up with the concept of the song, you
Right,
know,
right,
Right.
and just base it on whatever the hook is.
right. That's cute. That's definitely cute. So you in the mix. You need deep in it. You need
Yeah.
deep in it, brother. Yeah, that's good. I remember them days passing around a hook, and then we all, put our 2 cents to it, put together a good verse and a good concept. You know, try to fill in drops and bridge concepts. But it's a thing when putting together music because it's like I don't know if you feel. I want you to chime in. But when you're doing a project, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be like that finishing touch. Like it needs something. Do you get that?
Yeah, I mean, you always want to, do something that it feels like it's complete.
Right.
Um, Sometimes I don't want to sit with it too long because I think certain people sit with things too long and then they over critique it and then they don't want to do it. You know, it's like, well, now I hear this and I don't like it as much.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's, you got to put it out there and let the people, have their own judgments about it. It's 8 billion people in the world. Somebody's going to like what you did. I
Right.
mean,
Exactly.
Well, you hitting on some good points because I keep hearing the gong go off every time you said that. When you said "ding," the gong went off, and now, right now, you're saying, don't sit on it too long, anything. And I think that our gong is agreeing with you over here.
mhm.
It's going off every time you say something that's not that, you know what I mean? Like, because we interview a few artists, a lot of artists I have over my time, and I've never once heard one say, well, the theme, when they become project, it's always rush, 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 you know. Even when it comes down to like the video making and stuff like that, they want to rush and make a video to the song, but then, I'm asking them, well, where's the concept? You know what I mean? I know what the song says, but where are we going, with the actual emotions to this song?
Identity.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think the problem is, if you can't see, I try to make music where I can already see the video in my head. I can already, once it's done, I can already see the concept. I can already see what I want to do with it. It's a lot of people out here who just kind of throw music up against the wall. And the sad thing is, there's a lot of people, even studio producers that are like, "Yo, you need to keep going and grinding out music and putting out music." Well, yes and no. You know what I'm saying? People are out here throwing up, basically making music, going, I got this mixtape I made 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's already on that piff. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to come out here and do this, and I'm out here grinding and doing da. Like you throwing music up against the wall to see what
And they
sticks.
ain't
It's
saying
not guaranteed.
nothing.
And it's
You know what I
not
mean?
quality.
Exactly.
So do you own that record label, NCC Records?
Yes, it's my record label.
You owner? How
My,
many artists you have on your roster?
it's myself, Prince Imperial, Speak No E, and Fifth Letter. That's the makeup of the group, The Empire. You know, uh, and of course we got the project out, The Dark Ages, and NCC represent or NCC presents Empire. That's out.
So
Um,
What's that actually stand for?
NCC stands for North Carolina Commission.
okay,
Okay,
nice. So
nice.
so the fifth letter, he must be his initial must be E.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we've been doing those two projects, and of course the project that you heard song from. was One Heartbeat Away. Of course, you heard Crooked. Crooked was on that. King Crooked and Constantine. Um, the producers Anno Domini. You know, so the album One Heartbeat Away has a lot of different features on there. I got DMC. I got MC Search. Um, got cats from here. The Fat Boy. Eddie Ruger. Exception. Um,
Exception, nice. Exception is huge in MC Search. He's a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So you got the right guys on there.
That's why we got the gatekeeper.
It's a good thing to have this album out, and I've been trying to continually push this album as well as what I'm doing called the Underground Experience. It's a blog. I'm celebrating 10 years of the blog. I have interviewed independent hip hop artists from California to Prague, Czechoslovakia. Right now I'm in the middle of trying to do a documentary, filming a documentary,
Nice.
sort of in the vein of Rhyme and Reason and the show.
Okay.
I'm doing my final piece will be this coming November the 18th at the Artist Block in Greensboro, North Carolina, where we'll be having a performance concert of different artists. And
Man, you gotta get out more.
Especially North Carolina.
You gotta get out more. It's
Everything popping
going
up.
on.
See, it is.
Yeah, we plan on visiting a little bit the South. I don't know, the Carolinas or what, but we should.
Definitely, I mean, there's some things going on down here. That's what a lot of what my documentary is focusing on. I've interviewed basically the mentors of J. Cole, and some other upcoming independent artists in Fayetteville, and we're going to interview some in Greensboro, some in Raleigh, from Raleigh, and just kind of getting the flavor of what's going on and what we're doing down here, and trying to give it to the world and let them know what we got going on there.
Right.
Well, the hospitality down there is a little bit different. Up here, it's hard networking. You know what I mean? We got Philadelphia, New York. I'm from New Jersey myself, so right now
we need every man for themselves region.
Yeah. I was born in Trenton, so I know.
There's more cohesion
Mhm.
in your neck of the woods, my brother. There's
sorry to say, but
call us
like we
spade.
live.
I envy the close knitted and system of cohesion and camaraderie that goes on in the collective consciousness of the down south region.
And hopefully we can bring some of that this way.
Boy, it's like
the more they hear about it, the more they want to do it. I mean, we can't say that it's totally, sporadic or whatever, but like most of these artists here, that everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be on top. Everybody wants to be the boss, and nobody.
And that's why everybody's not.
Yeah.
All these Indians.
That's what.
All these chiefs, not enough Indians. Here's the thing. You need to just take notes. Just take notes. Just watch what guys like you're doing, bro, and take notes. That's what I would say to anybody up in the Philly, New Jersey, New York. Take notes. Take notes. They have a team. They are moving like a team. I know you got a team behind you.
Well, we always try to have. I try to network. What I don't have in house, and every interview I do and everything I do, I try to tell people to network. If you don't have, the in-house team to do it, create the team. Have the people around you and network with different people who are doing different things. definitely hear a lot. People say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So, what I mean, you got to try to put yourself in rooms where people know stuff about different things. And that's what I
Jay,
try to do.
tell him again, Jay. Tell him again.
I never heard that.
Tell him again, Mr. J. Just say it again. Tell him again. Run
If
it
you're the
back.
smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Wow.
So, I try to put myself with people who know more than I do, who are doing different things, or,
Right, that means you're not learning anything.
yeah, what I'm saying? And networking really is about, just learning from people, learning as much as you can learn. Everybody, doesn't know everything, but somebody knows something.
That's right. And the more things you pick up, the more things you can put together. Our inspiration today was, I broke it down for my inspirer, and he sent me, he said, the quote. I'm going to mess it up, but where the quote went, you can't, something about you can't teach a man. I forgot what he said. I can't even. You can't teach a man, right? But you teach somebody something and then they do nothing about it. So I broke it down to him. I said, well, you got to get up off your ass. So that's what basically it was. So that's almost the same as being in the room with people that can't teach you anything. You're not learning anything.
Right. Or you mean
You're the
like
smartest person
that,
in the room.
like that teach a man to fish and he'll but
Yeah,
give a man to
basically,
fish and eat
that's
for a
what it
day,
was.
teach a man to fish and he'll
Yeah.
eat forever. Yeah, that whole concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he gets off his ass and go
How much
fish,
the guy that's going to teach me?
he
how
has to
fish.
go fish. Not that you're taught to fish. You have to go fish.
Well, catching up with my hands like an Aborigine wasn't working, so the guy's got to teach me how to fish more efficiently.
Maybe you weren't in the right room.
I was trying to catch him like an Aboriginal, but they were slipping out my hands. So I need to fish that. I need to boat.
I don't know.
The fishing.
So tell us a little bit about your song On Fire.
I just wanted to do something that really energy, real, more energized song, real kind of lyrical content, and just the song is just basically self-descriptive. You know what I mean? That's what I want people to feel like. I'm really on fire. I'm really moving with it with the energy
I'm
of the
ready
song.
to give him that feeling right now. I'm ready to give him that feeling right now.
It
So
definitely
we gonna
has
play it.
some
You know,
vibes coming through.
See if we got it.
That was definitely a vibe.
We got it.
Let's set the roof on fire. And the walls are down, burn straight to the ground. Everything I touch straight up catch on fire. Ain't nobody putting in the work that I put in, I shut it down. Rhetorical skills, tackle cultural ills, from real to real, from that to digital, from real to real. I let my heart spill. When it's hip hop, ever had that epic feel. That's right, my mic gives me power. Bring solution to the 11th hour, never typical. Forces centrifugal, rhymes through time, changing the universe. We dipping through, it's symptomatic. We're all rhyme addicts. Stroke is rhythmatic and verbal intercourse. 9 months of gestation to give birth to what's considered through the power source. I'm the professor of this rap course.
Word.
Everything I touch straight up catch on fire. Ain't nobody putting in the work that I put in, I shut it down. My mic gave me power, solution provided in the 11th hour, uplifting specifics, addressing the game sickness, with God as my witness, from death to verse. Sometimes to go forward, you gotta put the game in reverse. Top of the obelisk, can't stand it in the way. Cause I won't play politics, I just play with this verbal politics. You can't digest feces. I mean, folks, let these words rip and empty out these verbal clips. Cause the game is more than chicks and chips. Let's get the rules so yes, I'm a monster. I ain't want no twisted porno flow. Go solo, get solo. I'm solo, Star Wars Chris. I mean, I smoke that outer space dro. I do that for cats with time to the dough. Not a toy, no taco. Trainer versus a Coke was the sponsor. To the bit to go to spores. Goons, gremlins, gargoyles, Megazon, Godzilla, and Mothra. I'm every villain, you have nothing to offer. You dress it up, we don't stir the issue. You get stripped faster than a reform on prom night. When you try to touch my mic or steal my limelight.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, I'm a pyromaniac. Anything that you burn down, I love it. Burn it down. Yes, I like that. I like that. On fire. Whew. Who's that on the hook record?
I can't remember offhand who's on the hook, but the production is Rocket Beats. This production.
Okay.
It's one of their in-house singers.
Okay. All right. So is that one of the songs that came like with the hook and then you
Yeah, it was definitely something that you know. Sometimes you get lucky and the hook is just built in, and it's just that thing that just draws you in to go ahead and write what you write. You know what I mean? Um, I like that sometimes, because certain producers have beats that sometimes they just don't speak to you. They're kind of hollow. And if you ever been an MC who goes through a whole bunch of beats or goes through a whole catalog of beats, and you can kind of get bogged down listening to beats all day and not really find anything. Everything starts to sound similar, especially now with a lot of people, they go on YouTube and go get a YouTube beat or whatever, and then go straight to the studio and they don't even get nothing, taken care of. It's just, same type of beats. They're just looking for something that sounds like whoever's out already. So, I'm trying to find something. I was trying to find something unique and something that just, basically something I would want to hear. You know what I mean? If you want to hear it, there's a whole bunch of other people who want to hear it. So,
yeah.
Well, that song also sounds like a song that can be played during a championship game or.
Oh yeah.
That's what I think that song is all about.
It basically
Like
says
something
they're not
people
going to
think-
stop him on that mic. Not on fire. Basically,
It's like it's like a Major League Baseball game or like the NFL
very commercial.
playoff game or something like that.
Have you ever thought about commercializing some of your music?
well, I mean, not necessarily intentionally, but I do kind of try to go through certain houses and things like that to try to see, if people are interested. You know what I mean? If they want to try to, and sometimes people do. I do talk to a couple of cats, or I have talked to a couple of cats. One cat, Eddie Ruger, one of his friends was doing, things for the Olympics. He had done I think the prior, not just past Olympics, but the one before that, he had done some music and stuff for. So I'm always trying to figure out, like, once again, what people are into, learn about stuff I didn't know about. So definitely always trying to find out, it's different revenue streams and different things you can do with your music.
I can see you right now in that Doritos bag, flaming hot, on fire. For real. Well, you know what? I mean, yeah. Well, you're finding out and you're seeing everybody now, doing these commercialized stuff with the music, and I think that since you know, don't quote me on this stuff. Since Jay-Z done moved into the NFL, to the music scene and all this stuff, they're starting to swallow it more. Okay,
Yeah.
and they're starting to accept us more. They're letting our brands onto more things. McDonald's grabbing us. Everybody down to uh, DC Glen with Whoop, there it is, and the ice cream and Geico commercial. I interviewed him too, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. There's a lot of different a lot of different avenues now. I mean, they were kind of doing it on the slide for a little bit. You know what I mean? Not necessarily wanting us to get a piece of it. They want to try to create their own version of it, but now they have to accept our version and be more authentic, and especially with Black people pushing into a lot of different spaces. So,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
some of that stuff is not even good. You know what I mean?
They wasn't ready for this internet prohibition, social media prohibition.
Yeah, they weren't ready for that.
Wasn't ready for that.
The internet came. I think that opened a lot of doors for us. You know what I mean? And it let us network with a lot more people. Put it that way. And I think online trust was the beginning. They started trusting us online, and they start trusting us in person. You know what I mean? I have a lot of, I network with everybody and anybody. Everybody likes me. I don't have a problem. Really don't network with nobody. I'm always in. You know what I mean? It's not a problem, but it still exists today, and a lot of people want to send these messages. The only message that I would like to send, to people of different races is do not appease me. Okay? Treat me the way you're going to treat me. Don't appease me because you think that that's what I want. I am.
Definitely. I think the internet has definitely leveled the playing field for a lot of things. That's why I've been able to do a lot of stuff with my blog and network and interview a lot of different artists from a lot of different areas. Even collaborate with a lot of different people. I collaborated on this album with a DJ out of Germany, DJ Tipsy Tony. It's opened up a whole world of different things. I mean, and that's great.
Oh, wow.
And
Yeah, I like the DJs too. I collaborate with a lot of DJs.
That's a dope man, Tipsy Tony. He said, I'm Tipsy Tony.
My top dog from the UK, DJ Cool Hand. Shout out my DJ Cool Hand. Sweet DJ. If it wasn't for him, a lot of artists that I deal with haven't even been heard at all. A lot of DJs, when I first started managing my artists, a lot of DJs, a lot of promoters, you had to weed out what promoters and stuff that you wanted to deal with, because you knew that, you're starting out, and I studied marketing a lot.
They
Okay,
tackle
so I
certain
know
areas.
that most of it is marketing.
Yep.
Most of it. But if you use the marketing right, that you can get your fans up. Put it that way. I'm gonna break it down. I like being straightforward. They call me the first lady of real, and I don't really sugarcoat things a lot. But you can get your fans up. You know what I mean? By messing with people that you usually don't mess with. You just keep your eyes open. You don't want to be, scammed. You just want to get what they say they're going to give you.
Right.
And if you're investing in yourself, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, you say you're going to write a blog on me. It's going to be 350 word blog, tell all about me or whatever. I'll pay you $75 to do it. That's what I want. You know what I mean? It may be in a magazine where only 50 people read, but that's 50 more people that's going to see me, and I'm willing to invest my $75 to get 50 more fans.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's it. Nobody promised to blow you up.
Self-improvement is the biggest investment.
You know what I mean?
Greatest investment.
It's like almost like if you're not a big, you're not universal. You're not really blowing anybody up. You know what I mean? Now, if once we establish our businesses and things like that, of course we can get your music published through Universal and Sony, the Orchard, and all that. You know what I mean? But they don't understand that.
You gotta start at unilateral first, and then we get to universal.
The artists don't understand that because and the reason why they don't understand it is because they're not serious about their career.
They're no appreciation.
They're actually not.
They have no appreciation for the long.
They're not looking on the business side of it.
And the business side.
No, a lot of artists like going back to what I was saying about going to get YouTube beats and stuff like that. I mean, who's clearing that? Do you know where those beats came from or whatever? A lot of those artists don't do that. They just go grab a beat and then they go to the studio, pay, anywhere from $100 an hour, probably what $200 up your way. It's a little bit cheaper down this way. You may pay about that $200 for maybe a 3-4 hour block.
You should pay that for the beat.
Yeah, exactly. You should have paid that for the beat and did what you needed to do. And then if you go and market that beat or market that song, that's what you're pushing. That's what you're pushing for 6 months to a year, that song to get you known, get you, your exposure. But, people go in the studio, go ahead and grab a whole bunch of YouTube beats from a whole bunch of different places. And, now they can't use it. Now they can't really perform it. And they don't know what's going on. Why they
Dusty on the shelf.
Yeah.
That's it. See that beat? I see. What I'm looking at behind me, a bunch of CDs.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of, I got a whole big old CD collection of, mainly hip hop, but a little bit of some of everything in the back. I mean, I stay listening to music. I stay, try to keep up with current lyricism, lyrics, MCs. I like Griselda. I mean, I like the cats out of. Well, most of them out of California. The two twins are like Ras Cats, Kids. I'm trying to remember what the name of the group is now, but I think it was their album was called like Apartment 4B, Coast Country. I like cats like that. They're lyrical. You know what I mean? I try to stay up on groups and individuals and artists that are lyrical.
Yeah, you're talking about.
Of course, I like the Kendricks and the Coles, and there's several other artists in there that have been more recent with the past 10.
And Lil Baby,
years.
Lil Baby, he's I say Lil Baby is the one rapper who's got a little bit of the lyrical and industry all wrapped in one, and he's a hard worker.
Mhm.
So focused. So yeah, it's another one. But yeah, bro, you're saying some real stuff.
I try to keep my ear to the streets and try to, because it's different now. Of course, you used to have the vibes and the sources and the double XLs to go to, directly to try to go look for different things. Now you have to do more of it on your own. It's more of, your own research, and your own, going down the YouTube rabbit hole or Spotify rabbit hole to listen to different people. You know what I mean? A lot of what I listen to, maybe, some of, or a good chunk of it may be underground or whatever, consider that much. You know, not a whole lot of commercial artists, that are more known um, within the past 5, 10 years.
Right.
Right. I think the underground artists are, well, the ones that I listen to, they do an amazing job. I have like underground artists that send me music, and I just be like this, shaking my head, like some of them, it touches me so much, and I'm just like, I wish that like I could just pop off the ear of the person that I want to hear it and say, listen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Times,
like give the man a check, write the man a check for that one.
like I
Oh,
said, I was telling somebody else I had kind of an interview with, you know, um, we should. I mean, the airwaves are public airwaves. I'm saying they're federally controlled. They're public airwaves. That's why they have those monthly things or around certain times a year. They have the thing where people have to go down there and fill out the little comment card or whatever for the
yeah.
federal government to did they do enough in the community as far as community access to the radio or doing a local community show. But what should be part of that community outreach and community involvement is having a regular, rotation of independent artists, regular rotation of independent artists from every area, you know, of the
That's what
country. You
that's
know what I
what
mean? It's not enough to have 1 hour. It's not enough to have 30 minutes. It should be at least a regular rotation every hour of a certain number of independent artists.
well, you can find that on RMC Independent Radio on my radio station. My artists are constantly rotating on that station. They send me the music. I leave it on there. They earn royalties on there, and I mean, I try to do my contribution, but I mean, if y'all don't network, we don't know. Tell them, Mr. J, if they don't network, we don't know.
Exactly. You got to get out here and network. You got to know how to, email people with your music. Have an actual bio, short bio, EPK if you have one, electronic press kit. Some people don't know what that is. Don't
They
even know
don't
what you know. Um, and try to keep it updated as much as you can.
know.
So I mean, they don't know how to
Half
tell
of them not even
stories, have
registered.
stories.
Half of them not even registered with the PROs. They don't know, and they don't want to listen to nobody. Cause I mean, if you know what, I've tried artist development and stuff like that, with certain, and try to make it really fun, so that the artists don't really think that it's like class. You know what I mean? And the things that you teach in development is not, because I don't teach how to make music. I teach how to market music and how to market and brand yourself. But it's too much like class for them. Movie night. Listen, we're gonna watch the Wu-Tang Saga. It's like, that's development. See how it went down. Maybe we're gonna watch some of these, different shows on stuff. You know what I mean?
That should inspire.
It didn't even
and-
start. I couldn't even get them to come to movie night to watch the old movie or anything. You know what I mean? To even start talking about the artist development, it was very hard.
Sometimes it's hard to explain.
They paid me though.
how
They all
marketing-
paid me to sign up, but they never showed up to classes and stuff like that. So I just kept their money.
Well, at least you got the chip.
Now I got to check.
It's hard to explain to somebody how they should.
Don't make sense. You waste your investment.
It's thing is getting somebody to understand how to make their thing branded, how to make their thing popular, and people never listen.
How did you start, Mr. J?
Well, I mean, when I started going into the studio, I didn't really know about um, just putting things together. All I knew about was copywriting. That was the first thing I needed to do. You
That's good
know,
enough.
4-man copyright. You know how to do
Right.
that, how to send stuff off, and then really started learning about trying to trademark different things.
Right.
Trying to learn about marketing. Learn how the game changes. It's been a lot in the amount of time that I've done it. We were the first when we first started. Date myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We were the first ones to have kind of access to the internet. That's what got us the eyes, ears of um, Warner Brothers at the time. People looking at us going, maybe get a development deal.
Mhm.
We didn't know what to do with that because we were kids at the time. Young kids. Our parents were basically handling a lot of the business, and then we had other people, other adults around us handling the business or mishandling the business at the time. And I had to go off to school, I had to go off to college to kind of learn more of the business and business in general. And I'm still learning. It's a constant learning cycle, trying to learn what you need to know, and sometimes it's trial and error. So you just got to keep learning, kind of keep networking with people who know business and understand what's going on, and trying to keep things together.
Yep, and if you're not going to, you need to hire and rely on somebody that can and will.
Yeah, and it's constant investment, an investment. Invest in yourself and having people around you, or trying to find people who are willing
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it's all really an investment in itself. People are just an extension of yourself.
Yeah, but most of it is, a lot of it is ego when it comes to a lot of these artists. They don't do this and they won't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
You got to got to definitely get out your ego, because I mean, I didn't just do it as an artist. I did it as a promoter. I put on my own shows. You know what I mean? I was the one. I went to college in Rhode Island. I was the one standing outside in front of the club when it's 32 degrees outside, almost 5 below with a wind chill. Handing out flyers, walking around downtown. You know,
jamming them.
people to hear my music and get people to hear other artists. You know what I mean? Sometimes you
Yeah,
just gotta humble yourself and do the grunt work yourself, and do the
right.
ground yourself. I mean, a lot of people they see the flashy side of this. They see the guys with the multi-million-dollar deals, and they don't understand that that comes with a price.
And it was some hard work to get there.
Yes, it was.
You don't do. Some of them do, but they don't. You don't just fall into that. It's
No,
hard work. It takes you to climb that ladder. You slip and fall down 15 times before you get up there once.
and you may fall into it and then realize that ain't what you wanted to fall into. You know what I mean? Now you're not working to make your own projects, and you working just to pay back what you owe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You don't see none of that. None of that, registers with folks.
man, that's crazy.
That's why I think
Yeah.
you got to have a real class, and understand. I love watching a lot of the behind the music things, a lot of the behind the music docs, a lot of all that stuff. When you see people, they got money, or they look like they had money, but they ended up getting jerked. You know what I mean? You hear that time and again. Folks out here, thought you got a big deal, you thought you got all this money coming to you. Realize, well, at the end of the day, no, you didn't get all that. You just got a chain and some clothes, and you know now you got to pay all this money back.
Yeah.
True.
That's how it is, though. They just don't understand. They ain't never, you know. They're just not concerned with nothing but, just
Instant
making this
gratification.
music. And yeah, a lot of artists I know. I'm speaking of the indie artists. A lot of them, they're actually not concerned with what the fans want. How much does that concern you? You know what the fans want.
Um, somewhat. You know what I mean? I think you have to know your audience too. If you're chasing after certain audiences, you're always going to be chasing after our audience. I think a lot of people, especially a lot of artists, want to ride the wave, whatever wave is going on right now. Man, and that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to. I'd rather be the ocean. The waves go in different directions. Waves eventually crash to the shore, and then there's a new wave coming along. I'd rather be the ocean. I'd rather be, you know, forcing out different waves in different directions and being able to, have people feel what I'm doing. Like I said before, there's 8 billion people on the planet. Somebody's gonna like what you're doing. You know what I mean? You just got to be you and know what kind of audience you have and what audience you're looking for.
They're not following the audience. They just think they love them. They think people love them. They're not doing. They haven't checked the algorithm or anything. They don't know nothing.
They're following a
Got so
particular
many
artist.
views. I want to know where my views are coming from.
Yeah, they're following a particular artist and whoever's hot right now. But I mean, whoever's hot right now may not be hot in 6 months.
Yeah,
So, a lot of what, you know, that's why I said I want to make timeless music. I want to be able to have people, listen to what I'm doing and see what I'm doing. And in 20 years, 30 years, they still go back to it and be like, okay, it's a multi-generational thing. It's not just whoever's on right now. You know what I mean? It's not just whoever's, in their 20s right now. Whoever's in their 20s in 20 years, whoever's in their 20s in 30 years, they still can gravitate to that music.
true. Yeah,
There's no
that's
age
how
limit
it
on
is.
music.
That's how it is. That's what we doing with all the Luther songs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're never gonna get tired of them. You're never gonna get tired of them.
Making a song that lasts forever. The kids got a hoop. Kids got a foot in it. They putting it out. It's hard to stop them sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's no age limit to music.
Mm-mm.
Biggest thing, and that's the greatest thing, especially now about hip hop. It's now 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? You see older
Pretty
artists
Chicken
do
350.
great stuff.
You know what I
I think
mean?
hip hop. I'm 63.
I would say the top rappers.
I love hip hop.
Jay-Z is the Don. So if you're not on his level, you might as well get out. If you can't spit as
Nobody's spitting like Jay.
you can't spit their words like who, get out. 16,
They
get
got
out.
they coming close. They
12,
coming
get
close.
out.
They
20,
coming
get out.
close. I think Jay Z is more in his revealing stage now.
Yeah.
Yeah, his revealing stage. Most of his raps now is talking about things that he shouldn't be telling. Now I gotta talk. Look, he an old married man with kids. Now I gotta talk about that.
No,
That's
I don't
what
wanna
I'm
hear
talking
that.
about.
They're gonna call him. They're
he-
gonna call him a weak clown. They're gonna call him a weak clown if he start being all soft and
Right.
husbandy. He can't do that.
He did. He started
He
with
can.
around 444.
Yeah, but that was
He
okay.
started crying.
He got scrutiny for that. They
He
were.
made the
They were.
song cry. He
they
made
were-
the song cry.
Yeah, that's
He made the song
He
cry.
made the song cry, but they want Jay to get back on, with Jay stuff. It's fun.
Well, I think he can still do both and be have a harder edge for different things. But as you get older, you got to be able to evolve about your subject.
All right, you gotta evolve as
Can't be
well.
busting shots at cops at 60 years old. You know what I mean? 70 years old. Nobody's gonna really believe that.
Nah, nobody can believe you slinging O's at 50, man. Nobody,
Nah, it ain't. It's
nobody's
already his hair. It's like,
You know.
niggas, I can't even believe that.
I would believe.
Like, that's
I
unbelievable.
don't believe you own the crops and sending it over. That's talk that. You're not the kingpin no more, Jay. You're like a fucking trillionaire, bro.
Yeah, you can't.
You know?
It's like
His wife does the talking for that for you.
Nah, she feels like falling in love.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh.
That was her Get High song.
Yeah.
Mr. J. All right. So, since we're running up on our time here, give us some shout outs. So the people that you want to shout out and leave us a thought for our audience.
Well, right now, shout out to all the people on the One Heartbeat album. Please check out the website www.empiremusic spelled music.com. Know that you can plug in, tap in to the documentary and become a sponsor, become a associate producer on the project if you donate to the project. It's on the blog. It's got the rate sheet. So if you doubt, you can donate anywhere from $5 to up to $600 to the project. So go check out the rate sheet. Go check out where you can go ahead and donate and tap in, be an associate producer, sponsor, get thank yous on the project, and check that out. As far as thank yous, just thank you to y'all. Thank you to everybody who's checking this out. Thank you for everybody who's picked up the One Heartbeat Away album and who will be picking it up and streaming it. It's on all platforms. My final word is just network. Network is your net worth.
That's your best work. Network is your best work.
Yep.
So
that's it. Well, we really enjoyed having you, Mr. J. I'm gonna I know you emailed me some stuff, but
just stopping through, bro.
So make sure that you send me a link to that website so I can share with the people. You said it's say it again.
www.empiremusic.com. Music spelled MUSIQ. And go to the blog section. Go to the blog section and look at the Underground Experience documentary funder.
Okay.
That's where you can see the rate sheet.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah, because I definitely want to share that with people. I know a few people that actually, get into these type things and do a lot of support. And so I'll make sure it's on my Facebook page.
Definitely. I mean, you can get an IMDb credit if you're a producer, associate producer.
Mm-hmm. So we'll take a look at it and we'll share it out. A couple of producers might take a look at it. Hopefully, we wish you much success on that. And when is the projected for?
Well, the last scene that we're shooting will be in Greensboro on November 18th at the Artist Block. We'll be we'll be introducing the artists, in the next month or so, and we letting you know who's on the bill and what's going on there. So I'm projecting to hopefully have the the documentary actually finished by the end of the year and have it out by next year, first quarter of next year.
Okay. Well, we wish
we should
you
have a
much
finished
success.
product by December.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some time to edit.
Yep.
Well, we can't wait to see it. We're gonna keep peeping in on you.
I'll keep, putting the progress on and putting the.
Send some your audience interviews. We appreciate you coming in.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
y'all for having me, man.
Oh yeah. I'm trying
And
to
we'll keep networking.
There it is.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right,
All
Jay.
right. And keep up that networking because that's the only way. So you guys heard it from Mr. J. Mr. J of NCCCEO. You can follow him there. Empire. That's NCC Records.
Right.
Mhm.
Make sure you guys go to www.empiremusic, spell that music with a Q.com. All right, and that's on the blog section. I got it. I have to repeat it. That means I'm good. All right, Mr. J, it's been real. Thank you.
All right, bro.
Thank y'all for having me.
No problem. That was a great interview, Mr. J. So you guys, you heard it. The networking is so important. You guys, we're giving out interviews. So if you want to get an interview, you got to hit us up with a couple Comfort Level Podcast. ComfortLevel.com. It's very easy. The ComfortLevel.com. Hit me up. You can hit up Fred Go on Legit. Hit us up.
Yeah. Big on the show.
No, we'll bring you on the show. Just let us know what your topic is. We want to hear your voice. Just make sure you hit us up. We out of here.
How at us.
Holler at us. We'll see you guys. Where we gonna be? Thursday we're gonna be in Darby, B&B. CEO Biggs.